Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight we are going to continue reading Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by K. Applegate. And right now, uh, luckily, YouTube is warning me that Hangouts on Air is going away later this year. For a quick streaming plot, try youtube.com webcam. And I'm gonna have to start researching other simple enough things to use to stream. Like the webcam option, it's not too bad for me. I just need a webcam, but I do some podcasts where, talk with other people. So if you have any suggestions on what to use for streaming that you can also, you know, sh- you know, stream with someone else, please comment below and give your suggestions. I think there's like encryption things or whatever that YouTube also does. But I'd like to see your recommendations. And be aware, I am not technologically advanced really at all. And Rev Resner, my husband, doesn't really understand YouTube. So if you do have any suggestions, please comment below. Yeah, just need to get a webcam, and then at least for these dramatic readings and for videos where I don't have anyone else, that'll be fine. Just need to get a webcam, which I've been meaning to do for a long time now. And if you're wondering, that's why you haven't seen my lovely face and my many hats in a while. And new time viewers probably won't get the hats things, but hey. And anyways, back to this dramatic reading after that, I guess, PSA thingamajig. This latest chapter is going to be from the point of view of Axe. Yay! I morphed out slowly. I had no intention of going all the way. My plan to de- My plan depended on my remaining a flea. As I began to morph, I could feel the air swirling wildly around me. It was working! My morphine had drawn the Veleek. It sensed the morphine energy, and it was now doing what Fisher 3 had programmed it to do. It was capturing the morph. Of course, in capturing me, it also captured the Visha. I heard Fisher 3 yell for water. Why? What was the purpose of that? Then I heard Marco say, Axe, I have the hatch open, and whatever you're planning on us doing next, now would be a good, now would be a very good time. Right now. I reversed morph, back to total flea. The hairs on Visher 3's back, which had shrunk to the size of tall trees, now rose up again around me, taller than the tallest building. I felt my flea armor plate clink back into place. I was once again not much bigger than a comma on this page. It was time to move. I released the massive spring power in my hind legs and fired myself away from the vicious body. I hit a wall of dust. I was caught in a swirling mass of dust. The particles were roughly my own size. They shot past me at incredible speed. Slam! A particle hit me. It stuck to me. It was impaled on my own fleeing combs, the spikes that protected the joints in my armor. It was stuck to me, and only then, locked together with it, was I able to see it through my weak flea eyes. It was alive! It was a creature my own size, but with 100 minuscule wings that beat the air. It had antennae, but different than any seen on Earth. These antennae were covered in tiny upturned bowls, like the dishes of primitive human radio telescopes. Those were the structures it used to sense energy sources. There were no eyes and no mouth, but two long filaments like strands of wire swept back from the front of the creature. This must be how it fed, by channeling the energy down the wires. The Veleek was not one creature. It was billions. It was a swarm of billions of these tiny creatures. They had evolved into a swarm that could come together and become a destructive entity of gnashing teeth and slicing blades. But in reality, they were separate insect-like creatures that fed on energy. I motored my tiny front legs and shoved the Veleek away. Its wings beat, and in a flash, it was gone. Suddenly, a huge, silvery globule the size of a human house came shooting past. It hit several of the dust creatures and knocked them away. Then more! A spinning globule hit me. It wrapped itself around me. I was trapped, falling. A strange substance pressed all around me, enclosing me, smothering me. Water! Yes! The Yeerks had turned on a water hose. That's what Fisher 3 had been calling for. Water! The drop of water that enclosed me splatted against the floor. Could not get away. It clung to me. It was like glue to my flea body. Then I was out. I was on dry ground. But water droplets loaded with powerless dust monsters were showering all around me like a meteor storm. Marco, stamp your feet. I need to find you. I'm a little busy, Marco cried. I got Hork-Bajir here looking for trouble, and someone turned on the sprinklers. Stamp your feet. I felt a new vibration rumble through the floor. I knew where it was coming from. I leaped. I tumbled through the air. I landed in a forest of gigantic hairs, each as thick as the biggest tree. Where are you? Marco yelled. On you! I said. We have to get out of here. How? Jump through the open hatch. I'm a gorilla, not a... Wait, I have an idea. I felt a shuddering vibration like an earthquake that rolled through Marco's gorilla body. The movement, then wind whipping past at incredible speed. Where are we now? I asked. The good news is we're out of the ship. I used a couple Hork-Bajir as a ladder and climbed over them. That's the good news. You seem to be implying that there might be some bad news too, I said. Oh, yeah. Marco said. The bad news is we're about 2 miles up in the air and we are plummeting to Earth. And that's the end of that chapter. I just love how that chapter is like Marco's like, hey, I think I'm going to be dying, so I'm going to be utterly sarcastic, and X is like, the fuck. This is what my big This is who my big brother decided that, hey, these seem to be capable people to save the Earth. Oh, God, I love it. Axamarco. Axamarco. And I am a multi-shipper, meaning that I ship characters with other characters, but not in the way some people do. Like, some people are like, okay, this character and this character go together, but I don't ship it with anyone else. I'm like, I ship character A with character B and character A with character C, but not at the same time, and there's no logical way all my ships could exist at once. And anyways, one of my ships is Marco and Axe. It's not canonical, but it's sweet, I think. Anyways, about this chapter, we finally get a better look at the Veleek, and not as someone like observing it from the outside, like, ooh, it's big and it's scary. Or like, this is how the Veleek is actually made up. And it makes sense that the Veleek is, basically a swarm and is ruled over by one reigning consciousness and just, broken into tiny little pieces. Because Saturn, as a gas planet, is the pressure there is really great. So having a creature that can be diverse, of changing shape, of disappearing, makes sense to be able to survive on a planet like Saturn, as I don't believe there's any actual solid piece like landmass. At least the pressure is so great, I don't think any devices have been able to go deep enough to even really think about looking for some ground. So yeah. Okay, it's getting a little late, so I was going to think of a few more questions, but a few more talking points, but here we are. And if you have anything you want to talk about this chapter, please comment below. But please remember, no major spoilers. I'm hoping beyond hope that people listen to these videos and become Animorphs fans, aka Phantomorphs. And as you may well know, if you have finished the series, there are some huge twists and turns in this series, and they should all be encountered without knowing when or where they're going to happen. So remember that. I just noticed something on the desk. Sorry, I'm distracting myself. But if you do want to talk spoilers with me, if you're on the YouTube's link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box, and spoil stuff away. I read the entire series twice. I've read the books multiple times, just, all the way through. Only done that like twice, so yeah. Anyways, I took a little bit of some coffee. Didn't want to do it too hard because I've been aggravating my acid reflux, so sorry if I'm repeating things more than usual and in a little bit more of a daze than usual. But anyways, if you're a newcomer to the Animorph series, welcome, new Phantomorph. I just want to let you know that there are no cookies in this fandom, but there are cinnamon buns, aka humanity's greatest creation, so not really lost there. And if you're listening to this video and you're like, hey, Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift seems to be an awesome book, I want my own copy of it. If you're watching on the YouTube's link in the description, if you're watching on my blog, the blog link down below, and both links will take you to where you can buy your very own copy of Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by Kay Applegate. Now, while you can buy it somewhere else, by buying via those links, you get something cool for yourself. The first Megamorphs books, which is totally awesome. You also help support the people who helped make this content. So, Kay Applegate, give her some love. And finally, I do get a small percentage of the price. Though the copyright holders get the full price, I get like a small percentage. So anyways, and so by buying it, you can also help support me. And I just don't do these, dramatic readings. I also do reviews. I also do other stuff that, isn't treading on copyright laws. So, if you'd like to support me that way, that'd be great. Plus, again, if you buy via those links, you're not just helping supporting me as a content creator, you're also getting something cool for yourself, and you are also helping to support the actual copyright holders. And maybe if, you buy enough Animorphs books, we'll maybe get a rebooted TV show or movie series. Because been waiting since the 90s to get, my own, not my own, but I've been waiting to get a good Animorphs TV series. First one sucked. But anyways, we're not here to rant on that topic today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching this. Anyways, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, please like this video if you like seeing more of the Veleek. And remember, subscribe, because I will be reading the entire Animorphs series, and I doubt you want to miss a thing, so subscribe. And if you're watching this on my Blogdy blog and watching on the desktop version of my Blogdy blog, please choose the follow by email option, so you will never again miss out on a blog post by me. I just don't do these Jash Reads videos. I also do reviews, some fanfics, and some other awesome stuff. So, yeah, subscribe. So, not subscribe, but choose the follow by email option so you won't miss out on a thing. The next episode of Jash Reads will be more of Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by Kay Applegate. And that will air sometime on Monday. So, yeah. So, goodbye, and until Monday, goodbye again. And when I press stop broadcast, it sometimes takes a few seconds to stop live, so I'll try to say something funny or just try to say something. Yeah.